Okay, y'all. So I got a story time for y'all, and it's more so kind of a rant, but I'm gonna call it a story time because it's true facts. And it's so funny because I was actually on my way coming home from grabbing some food, so it's gonna be like a mukbang, very short though. I didn't get a lot of food, and I was thinking about telling y'all about this fight that I had, right? But in the midst of me thinking of all the sequences that added up to this fight, it took me down a whole different path of thinking about this person in particular. And I was moved again in a way that I felt compelled to make a video about it, because it just took me down to a different place when I just thought about it. And I was just like, you know what? Instead of telling that fight story, I'm about to tell y'all about the person I never did get to fight. She was a side chick to an ex-boyfriend of mine. And I was thinking about side chicks, and I was thinking about, my past, and it just made me think about her. So I don't really know where to begin, because when I was thinking about this in my head, I was thinking about, like I said, I was thinking about the other girl, and my role that I played as a side piece. So I'm just really gonna rant. I'm gonna excuse myself now because I don't know if I eat pretty or not. I'm gonna assume I don't. Okay, so I was in a relationship with somebody that used to cheat on me, right? And I would say, for the most part, and this is gonna sound funny, but I'm just over it, so I can just be honest. He had good side pieces. And when I say good, I mean they lied to me, They lied. If I recall, they lied. But he had one in particular. I'm sorry. That was an ex-girlfriend turned side piece. So she used to date him, and then he got with me later after they broke up, and I guess continued to mess with him. Now let me tell you something. So I am gonna go back and just put my business out there. Just because if I spill my own tea, bitch, you can't spill it for me. I have been side pieces before myself, and kind of similar to her situation. Like, I was definitely ratchet and a nutcase. And when I say nutcase, I just mean like I had loose screws, some that was probably just gone back in the day. This is old Prissy, okay? But I was a different kind of side piece. And let me tell y'all something. You do not get to choose your karma, okay? So let me tell you how I was a different kind of side piece. So for one, if I was a side piece, it was somebody I used to date. So in my mind, like Heather Headley, that was my man. He was my man first, and you're just dating him. And the only reason why you have him as your man is because I don't want him full time, okay? I also was different in the sense of, if a bitch asked me, if she called my phone, I would tell any nigga that had a girl who talked to me, don't have your broad call me, because I would hurt her feelings. And that was a true story. Because I can really think about times where, like I, had a woman in particular I could think of. There's only 2 times that I did this, but that I was, no, 1 time. 2. I'm gonna tell y'all about this one time. I had fought multiple females. Again, don't judge me, don't judge. Okay, I know. I had fought multiple girls over this dude, right? And then he got into a serious relationship with this chick, and I wasn't tripping because I had moved on to this ex-boyfriend I'm gonna tell y'all about. So I wasn't tripping, But I just had this underlying love for him. Like he was like, you know, like somebody I just really care for and like love, and I just really felt like my property, you know. So, which is crazy. But anyway, so she had hit me up one time, and now I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the side chick that ruined me, but she didn't ruin shit. But I'm talking about when I was playing side chick, and she called me, and I was like, you know, completely, probably really out of pocket. Now out of pocket, okay. But I was just a bold bee, you know. I was just really ratchet, mama, you know, really just really about it, okay. So she called me, and I was just like, you know, like basically that's mine. That's yes, I'm talking to him. I'm not going to stop. I always love him, and he's this, and he's, you know, like I did that. And the girl on the other line was very calm during the conversation. Little did I know she was gangster too, so she just didn't have no words for me right then and there, and I thought we had an understanding. But we later on went on to fight about 3 times, but that's another story. That's another story, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all that another time. But yeah, so that's what I mean by like, you don't get to pick your karma, because I felt like I was a different kind of side piece. You called me, I could tell you guys about one time I dated this dude. I stopped dating him, right? He went to jail, and we started talking about possibly rekindling, but he was in this relationship with this chick. And I literally went out probably a couple days later, and I saw this girl, and I went up to her, and I told her flat out, like, look, me and so had a conversation, like we talking about woo woo, like we might be good woo, and this is his girlfriend, y'all. And like I just love what I'm saying, like I had a couple loose screws, but I could respect a broad like me. Yes, I was dumb. Like who fights over D? Like especially like, you know what I mean? Like, and play second fiddle to somebody, or even if you had them first, like, you know what I mean? But and there's gonna be some more parts where y'all gonna be like, Prissy, what's wrong? I didn't have it all together. But I could respect somebody like me. Like, you know what I mean? Like as far as just blunt, just real, you know what I mean? Yes, you're gonna want to fight me. Yeah, you're gonna want to fight me. But I wish the side piece I'm about to tell y'all about, I wish she was a side piece like me. Because the kind of side piece that she was drove me nuts, you guys. I have never hated somebody the way I actually, and I can be honest and really say this, that I hated her. And it wasn't because she was a side piece, because what goes around comes around, like, you know what I mean? Like, I could easily, like, have left him if it was that big of an issue. But, wish I should have. Your man cheating on you, girl, go. Okay? But, she irked my spirit because she was scary. She was childish. I know some of y'all can be like, oh, you was childish too. But I was a bold childish. She was scary. And I feel like anytime you mess with somebody's man, you need to be willing to step. And by step, I mean you need to be willing to fight, okay? You can't just be out here just messing with people's mans and stuff, and then when they want to come knock at your door, or when they will call your phone, or when they want to meet up and link up, you just scary. And she wouldn't okay, let's just get into it, okay? Let's get into it, okay? Okay, so the first time, I'm gonna tell y'all about how I first found out about her. So back in the day, this is MySpace. This is how old this is. This is literally, y'all, like this is 12, hold on, how old am I? This is like 12 years ago, okay? So MySpace days. So I literally, you guys remember we used to have wall posts, remember? I didn't know I had a best friend as a friend on MySpace. So her best friend wrote me. Again, scary. Okay? Just childish. And she was like, basically, your man is my best friend's man. Talking big deals, talking about how I look, all kind of stuff. So now that she brought herself to my attention, I start like looking at the girl. You know, you can start finding like not statuses. It was wall posts. It was like, what was that? Bulletins. Little did I know this girl had been subbing me on bulletins. So when she had wrote me, I seen it. But she don't tell me who her best friend is. On some, Don't trip. She know about you. But he was over here with her. Okay. So, remind y'all. That's the first time it was brought to my attention. But I don't know what she looked like. Okay? So, next. What was next? There was a time. I'm just going to tell y'all what I remember because it's so long ago. There was a time when I had asked her, like I had called her phone. She was staying underneath something else. So I had waited. I was kept a player. Okay, first of all, let me tell you something. Nothing about this story time is player. But let's just give it up to a young Prissy for being real for stepping, okay? Because I was gonna step. So and just playing as smart into the capacity that my small brain was capable of, okay? At that time, I didn't got small brain now. Because I'm not about to call her on your phone right then and there when I caught you up, because you already saved the broad number on the thing. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, waited till I got home alone, and called her from my phone. Okay? And I just remember her being like very smart aleck, like very, which is cool, right? You get what go around, come around. I was very, you call my phone, I'm very, but it was, it was like a nah, boo boo type of like teasing type of thing, right? Which I get. You don't owe me shit. You don't want to tell me? Fine. Okay? So we get to a point where we get into an argument. So I asked her for her address. This argument carried on to Facebook because I ended up finding her. How did I end up finding her? I had a friend that knew her. Baby, I got to asking around. Okay? I got to asking around. I got to doing my research. So I found out who this chick was, and I had a friend that knew her. So I found out her name. I found out what school she went to. But that was all that my friend would tell me, because she didn't want to really be in the middle of it. So, do you guys know that I had hit this girl up and asked her? So we arguing online now, because I had a house phone when I had called her, so I didn't have the number saved. Oh, the first time I called her, we didn't argue. We didn't argue because I didn't tell her who I was. When I called her, let's say her name was Mary. I played it cool because I told you he had his number, the number saved underneath a different name. So I was like, "Hi, is this Mary?" And she was like, "Yeah, who's this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is so and so from woo woo woo." She was like, "Oh, I don't remember woo woo." I'm like, "Oh," and I hung up the phone because I just wanted to verify if it was who I thought it was. Okay. So moving on. So we arguing up on MySpace or whatever. It could have been Facebook. She was a side chick for a long time. So let me think. I can't remember. But and this might not even be in order, but I'm just telling y'all. So I got to a point where I was like, "What's your address?" And she gave me her address, right? But this is back on MapQuest days. You know how like nowadays, like you could put it on Google Maps and you could see the house. Y'all, I didn't have a car. Did I have a cell phone? I can't recall. If I did, I'm pretty sure I didn't have that much internet. So this is MapQuest days. I literally printed out this girl's, like, the directions to get to her house. Give me a thumbs up if you remember MapQuest, okay? How you have to print down or write down the directions to get to where you have to go. Y'all, I'll pull up on this girl. Tell me why. It's an apartment building. So now I'm asking to use the person who I'm with phone. I'm like, calling this girl like, I'm outside. What apartment are you at? The girl wouldn't give me her apartment number. Oh, I'm not there, but I'll surely be pulling up at whoop whoop this and that and blah 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 and whoop whoop whoop. I'm just like, girl, you knew I was coming. Like, I could not stand her. I'm gonna tell you why else. So that was that. Time go on, she's still nitpicking with me. Like, I wouldn't even know she was still in the picture, but she would just do petty stuff like, okay, so now she know I want to fight her, right? It was like I just did not like her. And she knew I didn't like her. And she knew I wanted to fight her. And back then, I used to fight a lot. And I used to enjoy fighting. And it wasn't, I'm not the type that, like, if she didn't want to fight, like, I used to fight so much that I enjoyed it to where it's no fun for me to fight you if you don't want to fight. You know what I mean? But she would not want to fight, but keep, like, nitpicking, like, keep teasing, keep, you know what I mean? Keep playing games. And that's what I didn't like. And that's what I didn't respect. And that's why like I said, you can't choose your karma. I would have much more respected, I still would have wanted to fight, but I would have much more respected if he had messed with a chick that was like me. You know what I mean? That's ready to step, that's really behind the D. She gonna come for any consequences. She ain't gonna do, you know what I mean? Like, that's that. She would just, like, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something. There was another time. He disappeared on me on Valentine's Day. We had plans, did not talk to this man for half the day. Let me tell you how slow I was. He pops up on me with my name tattooed again. This for the second time. So I'm just like, oh, like he couldn't have been cheating because this is what he was gone all day doing, you know? Must have been what he was out doing, you know? That's what took him so long. That's why, you know, he wasn't with me earlier. Stupid. Y'all, why I find out that this chick was with him. Now, whether or not she was with him while he actually got the tattoo, or she dropped him off or picked him up, but he didn't have a car. So she either dropped him off to get the tattoo, or picked him up from getting the tattoo, or sat there and waited. Listen. Don't think your man getting your name tattooed will stop the next broad from messing around with him. A broad will lick your name off the nigga's skin. Okay. Let's just get that clear. All right. So anyway, so that was one time. So I had hit her up. Silly me. And no, I jumped ahead. So there was this time when we used to be in arguments, and he would just disappear. The nigga didn't have no car. I told y'all that. And he was just like, poof, disappear. Right? And I used to always be like, where is he going? Like, who's picking him up? So it went off in my head. Next time I seen him, I got to hitting up, you know, every number I thought, you know, I seen. Any ex-girlfriend, anybody. So, first girl I hit up. Now, I had hit her up more than once, this one girl. First time she denied it. She even talked to him. This time, this is how I knew he had side chicks in check. Second time I hit her up, she was like, yes, sis. She didn't call me sis, but, you know. She was just like basically like spilling the tea. Like, he told me if you ever hit him up, like to tell you that I was this and that. And we talk, and he was over here this time, and we do this and that. And he told me, like, said he was talking crap about me. So, I'm like, okay. But yeah, long story short, she wasn't winning that time. She didn't pick him up. So I got more than what I was looking for that day, okay? That's when I found out he had side chicks in check and stuff. Okay? Because let me tell you something about these niggas. They will make you feel like you stupid and crazy. Like it's all up here. Whole time they lying. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up. Y'all, I told y'all I don't like this hoe. So, I call her up next. She don't answer my call, right? She get to texting me with her scary ass. Talking about she started describing my apartments. And I'm not talking about like the inside of my apartments, but talking about how she picked them up. And describing the outside of my apartments and where she picked them up from. And bitch, I'll be damned if she didn't give me my address. I said, I'm gonna fuck her up. I'm gonna fuck her up. If I ever see her, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm fucking him up next time he pop up around this motherfucker. And I'm gonna fuck her up. Okay? So, I stay with him. Because when I confront him about it, deny. So, we go out and about. We go out. Tell me why this girl, after the night, talking about we had a good night, we went clubbing, had a good time. I'll be damned if it wasn't the next day or that same night, it was that same night, I get a message from her. And she's talking about how she was there. Now, let me tell y'all something if you don't know. Because I know some of y'all going to be like, well, at this point, Prissy, you said you knew her name. You know, you kind of had the scoop on her. I wear glasses. Baby, these right here, they're not for, like, looking cute. I cannot see. I cannot see worth a damn from far away. So, when I choose to go out, now I might keep them on, but I used to be what I call fast, and I would leave my, because to me, I was being fast, because these are my eyes, I need these to see. But I would, like, take them off, you know, because they don't go with my outfit, you know. So, do y'all know that she got to talking about how she was there, knowing I wanted to fight her? That's why she hit me up, messing with me. Oh, yeah, whoop, 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 and da-da-da-da, and mind you, I was there with him. That's why, do y'all understand what I'm saying now? Like, you could have any thoughts that you had about me and judging me throughout this story time. But like, can we agree that this bitch was scary as fuck? And that she was childish. I was childish too. But she was childish. She was childish. Because if you wasn't gonna step, baby, when you saw me, and you saw me there with your boo, let you tell it. You didn't say nothing. You didn't come confront. You didn't come holler at me. You didn't come, bitch, you been looking for me. Here I am. Nothing. And then I would have respected it more had you not said nothing, because you really don't want to fight. Because let's say she's the one, I'm the stupid one for wanting to fight over him, and she's mature, and she's the smart one for not wanting to fight over a nigga that obviously was played as both, right? Not. Because you're doing childish stuff like this, right? Y'all, the one time that I had the opportunity to fight her came way down the road. Now, at this point, I can't even tell y'all about it, because then y'all gonna know who the ex-boyfriend was. Y'all gonna be able to piece his stuff together. So I ain't gonna even tell y'all that. But put it like this. I had a friend who later got into it with her. Okay? And knew what apartment she stayed at. She went to go fight her. Pulled up on her. I told you we used to be ratchet mamas. You see this? I don't know if y'all can still see this. Back in the day, I had my own little clip going on. I don't know if y'all can see that. Because I'm trying to get it happen. I've been trying to. It's doing pretty good. It's good. It's going away. You can't see it. It said 5150. We was just some wild hoes. Not hoes. Why did I say that about us? I'm sorry, friend. We wasn't no hoes. But, just too much ratchet mamas. Okay? So, she fought her and stuff like that for their own separate issue. And prior to her fighting her, she had called me and told me that she was heading over there and then went to see if I wanted to get picked up. And Lord knows I did, but I just could not. Something had came up and I just could not. And so, I ended up leaving him. I ended up leaving that situation alone. And I've never, still to this day, never seen this girl. Never, still to this day. This happened over 12 years ago. I still never seen this girl. I'm pretty sure she's probably seen me. And, you know, I was thinking about it. And, you know, I'm over him. Couldn't pay me to get back with him. I'm mature now, right? You know, got stuff going for me. I'm not the same type of chick. I'm very level-headed and smart. Got all my screws in and tight. But I was thinking about it, and I was just like, how would I react if I saw her, right? How would I feel? Because I've seen a lot of different chicks that I've had fight with back home since we fought, like, you know, as adults. And it's not no feeling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you remember when you see them, you know what I mean? I'm not hugging and kissing them on the cheek or nothing like that. But it's just, you know, it's not, you know, it's old. It is what it is. And I was thinking about, like, could I be like that with her? And this is how I know I really hated this girl. Because although I wouldn't fight her, because for what? I don't like that hoe. I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't know. I couldn't know. And I'm the type of friend, if you are friends with people I don't get along with, you don't got to choose up. Okay? We grown. That's childish. But if I'm with you, don't you go speak to that bitch. Don't have her come over close to us to come. No. And and that's childish. I know it. I know it. And I know I'm better than that. I know. Stop judging me. I just never disliked somebody. I know what it is. You know what it is? I don't respect her. I just don't respect her. And I don't have no poker face. So although I'm not gonna punch her, I ain't gonna say that. I was about to say something ignorant. I mean, I'm gonna end this video right here. And if you see this girl, no, I ain't gonna. Let me stop. The video's over. I'm done. Story time's over. Okay. Have you ever hated somebody? And if so, under what circumstances was it? Please drop down in the comment section. I'm pretty sure y'all can get deep on me. I'm pretty sure y'all have a good reason to hate whoever y'all hated. And I know that I need to level up. And I have. I promise I have. I promise. I have not hated anybody since this time. Okay? I am on a different headspace. But I figured I'd share this story with y'all for y'all entertainment. And give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this. And I ate all my shrimp and it was good. And I love you. And goodbye.